Scott, are you going to start? Yeah.
So, hey, everybody, welcome to today's masterclass, where we're going to be looking at one of my favorites, which is the processing and tasking / testing process for, especially if you're using conversational hypnosis. Now, pretty much everybody that I can see here looks pretty familiar. So I know the majority of you guys have done the ACH training. I know we sent out a mass email as well to our followers who want to come on board. If you haven't done any ACH training, what we're going to be looking at is how do we end a session? The processing, the testing, and the tasking happens at the end of the session. I know a lot of traditionalists are taught to do tasking at the start of a session, which is more like if you're a smoker, go pick up cigarettes for 2 weeks and realize how disgusting it is to make you want to stop smoking. Now, what's the problem with that? It's all symptoms. What's the point of encouraging a symptom if that's not what we're going to fix? Okay. So this is really the way my mentor used to say it, is like how to end the session with a bang. Okay. Now, would anyone like to have a guess as to why the end of the session is by far the most important thing, knowing that the impact of the end of the session happens all the way back from the strategy call? The strategy call, the payment, them showing up on time to show some motivation, hypnotic interview, untying the knots, the therapy, then the end of the session we know is the demarcation, testing, and tasking. Why is that part and so important? Why are we going to isolate that? Anyone have an idea? Just yell it out to me. Are you guys trying to give me an unconscious moment? Anyone got an idea?
Well, they're tying everything together.
Yeah.
They're still kind of in trance, and now you're kind of at the end of the process. So all the pieces have been put together.
Yes.
And now you can capitalize on all of that. And
Yep. All the work you've done up to that point is decided about what happens at the end. It's like a good horror movie. How good's that twist at the end going to be? It's either going to ruin the entire movie or you're going to walk away thinking, man, that was awesome. I didn't see that coming. That's what we're going to talk about today. Now, again, back to more the traditional things. How do most sort of traditional therapists and coaches end a session? They look at their watch and go, oh, the hour's up. See you later. Or they get to the end of the script and go, how was that? And client says, oh, that's all we got time for. Come back tomorrow. And we'll do it for the 5th time. And I'll read the same thing to you. The end part, you can capitalize on that to take care of all the little mistakes that you made throughout the session as well. It ties all the knots together. It ties all the pieces of the puzzle together because it sets the parameters of how fucking amazing this end result is going to be. Okay. Now, if you want your end result to skyrocket and ultimately have more things happen and have more success than was even talked about during the session, nail this processing. Does that make sense, guys? Okay. So the way we do this, I've got a couple of presentations. I'll make these presentations available, plus this recording. I'll put them in the Kajabi platform for everybody to check out. I'll also put the slides that I've created if you want to read through it as well. This will probably take maybe an hour and a half or so with questions, but I'm happy to stay on. I've got about 2 hours here. Happy to stay on as long as we need to. Is that cool with everybody? Everyone's ready to go? So there won't be any demos because it's not that training. Okay. So Fritz, can I just get you to unmute yourself? Can you just tell me, I'm going to share my screen just to make sure you can see my screen. Okay, can you see that screen?